Hey guys, Steve Tony here, and I am back with another fairly quick update video on some of the stuff I picked up myself in the past few months. And I actually wanted to start with this very gorgeous set from 88 Films. This is their deluxe edition of the Hong Kong actioner Righting Wrongs with the lovely Cynthia Rothrock and Yun Bao. I actually watched two of the four cuts on here. This has four cuts as opposed to the VS US Blu Ray, which only has three. The fourth cut is actually called the Ultimate Cut, and it combines the footage that only appeared in the Hong Kong version and footage that only appeared in the Singapore cut, all into one film. So it is the longest cut possible. And I ended up watching that cut first, and I quite enjoyed it actually. I suppose the only deterrent to watching it like that is because the film was shot in two languages. It was shot in Cantonese. Oh, I'm sorry. It was dubbed twice. The Hong Kong cut is in Cantonese, and the Singapore cut is in Mandarin. So, cause certain footage only appears in the Cantonese cut, and certain footage only appears in the Mandarin cut. Occasionally, the language will switch from Cantonese to Mandarin. So, at times it kind of makes following the film tough. But I still enjoyed it quite a bit. The pacing on the Ultimate Cut was really good. And also with the Ultimate Cut, you can choose from four endings, two of which appeared in both cuts' original showings, and two endings that the editor of the old Summit Cut put together himself, which I thought was quite creative actually. Now, I do have to admit that I wasn't the biggest fan of any of the endings, to be honest with you. I think they were, anticlimactic to a certain extent. The scene nearing the end, is pretty intense and shocking. But what actually happens to Yun Bao's guy at any of the endings kind of falls short a little. It's not that the film isn't any good. I really, really enjoyed it, but I just thought that the endings could have been so much better. And also, besides watching the Ultimate Cut, I watched the Singapore Mandarin cut, and that one was equally good. I mean, granted, it was missing certain scenes from the Hong Kong cut, but it was still good. I would recommend really watching either of those two cuts myself, honestly. The Hong Kong cut's okay, but I just thought that the Singapore cut and the old Summit cut had better pacing. It's certain scenes made more sense in those cuts. And it is just a very good overall film. It's the whole sometimes you have to choose between justice and the law. So it's a really cool concept. One of the better modern setting Hong Kong films I've seen. I honestly don't care too much for the wushu period films because they're a bit too fantastical. But I thought the martial arts sequences were absolutely fabulous in this one. Especially the fight scene between Cynthia Rothrock and Sharon Shepard. I thought that was very well choreographed, very well done. And that is Righting Wrongs. Let's see. Next, I have this big boy here, the Eurocrypt of Christopher Lee Collection 1. I'm not gonna take it apart or anything here. My friend Donny already showed it off well in a video he has on his channel. Definitely check his out. It's a cool set though. I did watch. Let's see here. Sherlock Holmes and the Deadly Necklace already. The others I'll save for Halloween. And I was really excited to finally see a restored version of the Holmes film because I only saw it on a very shoddy, and I'm talking shoddy as hell, public domain DVD. And it kind of lessened my enjoyment because it was just so grainy and so awful looking. I mean, like this 7 Blu-ray of it is beautiful. Like, it's clear, it's crystal, I could see everything, I mean, it's just, it was just a great experience. I had an absolute blast revisiting it in the German language with the translated subtitles. And even though it's not Christopher Lee using his voice in either version, he made a really, really excellent Holmes. This is just, it was just amazing. And it's an amazing set too from Severin. Not too sure yet if I'll get the second set. That was pretty pricey, even with a Christmas gift card, but I'm quite happy to have it in my collection. Okay, and next is a UK Blu-ray, and this is of the spaghetti western classic, Kill 'Em All and Come Back Alone. I actually owned this originally on a German Blu-ray, which is great as well. Unfortunately, it didn't have subtitles for the Italian audio in English. But like I understand Italian enough that I can pretty much know what's going on. But I bought this just to get the subtitles for the Italian audio, really, and also the special features here. If I can kind of show them off. yeah, it's got a good interview with Enzo G. Castellari. It's got a retrospective on his whole career, and also a brief thing that discusses Castellari, his father, and his brother, who were also in the business as well. So really looking forward to actually diving into the special features soon. This is just a solid Western. It is the ultimate testament to testosterone because there's not one single lady in this. It is entirely a male cast, both main cast and extras. It is just action at its finest, explosions, gunfights, and all centered around the hunt for Army Gold. Yeah, it is just solid. A fine anti-hero role for Chuck Connors after having played the fatherly Locus and McCain in The Rifleman. He was a real surprise in this. And Frank Wolf, who is a very popular American character actor who worked a lot in Italy, he's a great slammy villain as the overseer of the operation, who, may or may not be who he says he is. Like, solid action, solid fun. A must if you love spaghetti westerns. Okay, and next up are two releases from the newly formed Cauldron Films. My name is Shanghai Joe and Convoy Busters. Convoy Busters I actually had already as well. In this nice German set, the Euro crime set that had that film, Violent Turin with George Hilton, and another Maurizio Merli film that the title is escaping me. But I actually got this edition because it had subtitles for the Italian track, and also subtitled special features as well. One of which is with Merle's son, I think. Yeah, interview with Maurizio Matteo Merli, his son. And his son's interviews are actually pretty cool to watch. Here's the old sonnet cover. That's also on this nice thick sleeve here. Really solid quality. Children, I know, is fairly new, but they're already doing such stellar work, such fine transfers from the site trailers I've seen. Like the last one looks especially good. It's Merle fighting the bad guys again, as a cop who doesn't play by the rules. So I'm finally happy to finally see it with the properly translated subtitles, and also to dig into the extras. And excuse me. Now, Shanghai Joe, I have seen previously on YouTube actually, and at first I thought it was fairly exploitative and fairly odd, but having seen the cleaned up special trailer that Cauldron did, I am quite happy to give it a rewatch. It looks great from the stills I've seen of it. And also with this edition, you have audio commentary from, let's see if I can get it in there. Yes, like here we are. The commentary with Mike Hauss. I've known Mike for a while now. I actually contributed some writing to his SW Digest series. Really good stuff there too. He's very knowledgeable on the genre. A really nice guy, and he puts 100% every time into his work. You know, just a really cool guy. He has a book out soon on the history of Italian genre cinema, which will be cool. And his commentary was one of the primary selling points to me actually buying this. So I'll actually leave a few links down below to the Amazon pages where you can buy the digest. They're fairly inexpensive, you know. You won't be putting holes in your wallets or anything. Just give the bucks a try, and show Mike some support there. Just cool and solid edition, and also the original artwork, I think, or an early artwork. Yeah, cool stuff there. Cool stuff. And speaking of the westerns, I got some German blues here. The first is Johnny Hamlet, aka the dirtiest story in the West, which for anyone who probably hasn't guessed yet, this is the Western take on the Hamlet story by Shakespeare. Haven't sat down to see it yet. I was debating whether to see it soon or save it for the annual November marathon. I and quite a few other guys do every year on the Spaghetti Western database. But I still love having it. Heard much great things on it, and I am finally ready and curious to see it. This is the German media book, yes, of it, which is like really cool. Let's see, there's the Blu Ray, yeah, and just, cool book, cool pictures. Yeah, it's really interesting to know that they made a Shakespeare style story in them. I saw the guy who plays the lead in this, Andrea Giordana, in a film called El Desperado, and he was interesting in it. Not a top-notch lead like, say, Franco Nero, Johnny Garco, Giuliano Gemma, or a few other guys, but he was still interesting. And from the stills here, he does look like the perfect Hamlet style actor. So, and there is Enzo G again. Fine film maker there. And the film also has a U.S. actor, Gilbert Roland, playing the friend to Georgiana's Hamlet, Horatio. Curious to see how he'll do in this one. Well, yeah. Let's see, and there's the DVD, and yeah. So, and also Horst Frank here plays the Claudius part. So yeah, I am really, really excited to eventually say this one. The company Explosive Media is doing a really good job on these films. They have the Romeo and Juliet inspired Western, The Fury of Johnny Kidd, coming out in May. So that should be interesting to see. Oh yeah, and I'll also leave a link down below to the German site JPC. It's where I get the majority of my imports from. Great company, good service, hasn't let me down yet. So yeah. And the other, and speaking of Giuliano Gemma, is his third collaboration with Fernando Sancho, Arizona Colt. Again, debating on whether to watch it soon or to wait for the Novemberfest, but again, really curious to see it. A slightly different role for Gemma. He plays a kind of loner in here, somewhat more cynical, but still a smart aleck. Like he was in the first Ringo film. Great film as well. I've only ever seen bits of this one online, but it looks cool though. It's the somewhat typical story of a guy having to defend a town from a bandit leader. But it looks, solid. Fernando Sancho is always a great bad guy, And again, I am and again, I am so excuse me. I am so excited to finally see this. Excuse me. Okay, and the last item of the update is the French cop film, the female executioner, starring the, believe it or not, ex porn star Bridget LaHaye. And that's one I read some stuff on, and it's interesting actually. She plays a cop who is something of a rebel, and she decides to crack down on these heavy porno pushers. And I just had to laugh a bit because of her having been in the porn business and done playing a completely different character intent on bringing the same sort of folks down, but fortunately, her quarry run on the illegal end. They really don't have permission and stuff to do it. So it's it's easy to overlook in that respect. Heard interesting stuff on LaHaye's performance, so I'm curious to see how she does. Some folks I saw in the IMDb sort of pander in this, but I am totally willing to give her a shot. That's one I'll definitely be checking out soon. Really excited. Unfortunately, I can't show you the front cover. Even though the it's okay, somewhat, but just a little too much breast is at the bottom. So I'm not going to risk showing the cover. I can show you the almost showed it. Sorry, but here's the spine. Cool spine actually though. So yeah, really curious to see how LaHaye's first mainstream role went. And that is it. And thanks everyone for watching. Hope I was okay in speaking and showing off everything. And I'll see y'all soon. Bye.